then, and as you can see, it is absolutely perfect for a game of rugby union. Well, let's have a look at the teams then. There were no real injury concerns after Ulster last week, and just 2 changes from the pack that started at the Kingspan Stadium. They come in the back row, where Will Connors replaces Josh van der Fleer at open side flanker, joining Ryan Baird and now Rhys Ruddock in the back row. As you can see, a late replacement call up for Jack Conan. A welcome return to the starting backline for Jonathan Sexton, who partners Luke McGrath. Charlie Natoy joins Robbie Henshaw in the centre, and a back 3 then of Rob Russell, Jordan Larmour and Jimmy O'Brien at full-back. That's how they line out. Maloney at 20, a late call up to the replacements bench. What about the visitors then? 2 changes from the Sharks. Narrow win against the Dragons at Rodney Parade. Both of those come in the pack, where Hiron Andrews joins Justin Basson in the second row, and a welcome start for Sikumbuzo Noche at number 8, replacing Pepsi Buthelezi. In the backs then, Williams and Chamberlain continue at 9 and 10, and a very quick back 3 of Tucker Abrahams. Watch him and Larmour go head to head. Werner Koch at 14 and full-back Apaleli Fassi. That is how they line out. Out they come then onto the pitch, led by the captain Thomas du Toit, former Munster and Toulouse, of course, the tight head. 3 tries last season and 14 caps for South Africa. He, in the absence of their seasoned internationals, the likes of Kolisi, Lucanio Am, Pimpi, Mbonami, and of course the enforcer himself, Eben Etzebeth, all missing from the squad here at the RDS. But these guys, well, they've been kind of quiet with some decent rugby at times against Zebre and the Dragons, arguably 2 of the easier sides in the URC. They'll be glad to come here protecting their unbeaten run. And what about the reception for this man? Back at the RDS and back in the blue of Leinster. Out come Leinster then, on the back of that victory against Ulster last weekend, and Rhys Ruddock, he went through the warm-up, got the late nod, but he's trying to find out exactly what happened to Jack Conan, but he cannot take part in the match. Rhys Ruddock is in, and Maloney comes onto the bench. There is Jason Jenkins playing in his 4th start. Beside me, Grand Slam winning captain Fiona Coughlin. It's Leinster at home. It's a beautiful night against a team who like to play rugby. What more could you possibly ask for?
Well, listen, October, an evening like tonight, it's amazing weather. You know, I think it's a long trip now for the South Sea Sharks, the 3rd week on tour. As you said, without some of those season internationals, and Leinster just seem to be racking it up another level with the likes of Johnny starting.
We will pause before kick-off for a minute's silence in memory of the victims of the tragic accident in Creasla in Donegal last night in the northwest of Ireland. All of our thoughts are with the families of the victims and indeed everybody in the area.
Our thoughts are with their families and friends, and to our friends in Ulster Rugby. Please be upstanding for a minute of silent remembrance.
So here we go, referee today then is from Wales, his 35th league match in charge, Craig Evans. He did referee the Sharks against Zebre earlier this season, so he knows all about the South African side. His assistants today are Peter Martin and Keane Davison from the IRFU. Our television match official is from Wales, John Mason, if required. Hopefully not as much as we've seen over the last couple of weeks, because the crowd here want rugby.
Yes, they're ready.
No 57-minute halves, thank you very much. And we are set to go at the RDS.
Hold it.
3, 2, 1.
First ball taken. O'Brien, yellow card, as I mentioned, for Leinster against Ulster for a second infringement, as Natoy, beautiful spin out of taking that. He had no room whatsoever. And the pass on the outside, first touch for this man, Rob Russell. His first start at the RDS, just too much on that. Maybe the adrenaline a little bit, but he'd be keen to get his hands on the ball early on here.
And just the way Leinster are trying to play, they're looking to get that ball
to win.
Lads. Van Rensburg shot up there, created space on the outside, and they took it really well. Yeah, just a little bit too much on the ball, but it's great to see him. It'd be great to see him in full flight.
First start in the RDS, what you dream about really if you're a Leinster player growing up as he did, and in front of a home crowd. This one is not going to find touch. Easy take for O'Brien. And in it goes. Here's Russell, the second touch, and trying to break the line. There from McGrath. Here's Jenkins, opting to take it himself. 2 to bring him down, including his opposite number, Hiram Andrews. Brian, a little dummy, that looked high, and a little bit careless it was as well from Dylan Richardson, the 23-year-old. Former South Africa under-20 international in 2019. Advantage being played. He'll go back for the penalty.
High tackle.
Just a little bit careless and nothing more than that.
It's just one of those seat belts across the shoulder tackles, just trying to get a hit on, but doesn't get into a good tackling position. You can see Leinster trying to move the ball and then just an arm over the shoulder.
Well, he was good, isn't he?
Just the 4 URC appearances for Richardson last season. And he starts here today. First penalty for Jonathan Sexton to get every inch if he can. Settle for the line out just on the 22.
We've seen how devastating the Leinster line-out maul has been this season. Dan Sheehan has been on the end of a good few of them.
Leinster won 11 out of 14 in Ulster on their own throw last weekend.
There's your mark.
Which was lower than their usual haul, 79%. If you're looking at the stats, so they'll be keen to just...
Stay where you are. Intercept, Blue, when you're ready.
Fix whatever little problems they had. It's Sheehan to throw. No problem. Pull off the top as well. Sexton. Henshaw takes us to the line. No Gary Ringrose in the back line. Nat Toy and Henshaw. Be interesting to see how they get on. Alan Alatoa. Dragged to the ground by Van Furden. Behind from Jenkins. Nice off. Beautiful hands from Leinster. O'Brien, the dummy on the outside to Russell, who was free, but he's still going. O'Brien there for McGrath. Dan Sheehan. 5 tries already this season in the URC. Out to Porter. Still Andrew Porter. Brings play 1.5 meters, 2 meters from the Sharks line. Maloney.
Tackle White! Tackle!
There's a rip from Dutoit. And the penalty.
Tackle's completed. He's affecting the clear, so can't give you the ball. Number 1. Road play.
From Gunnu, the guilty player. Rhys Ruddock a little bit slow to get to his feet, but it's a handy 3. It looks like they're...
You were fighting on your feet. Okay. 1 never all the way off the tackle, so Conor Wood.
Yeah, the penalty is in against him. Gunnu.
Peter.
Johnny Sexton looking like he's picked up a bit of a hand injury early on.
You just see the speed that Leinster are playing at. They've so many options, flat on the line, out the back door, and then when they get into this scoring zone, they're just really efficient, looking for speed of ruck, and they're forcing Chelsea Sharks to give away those penalties.
Hands on the line, hands on the line.
They're going to move this one. Dan Sheehan has got Ryan Baird on his shoulder.
Time is on.
Sheehan 5 tries as he mentioned, looking for 6 here, but he's chopped down by Richardson. Still there, just short Andrew Porter.
Leave it, Simon, leave.
Leinster trying to recycle here. There's the ball, slow coming back. Ruddock on the shoulder, getting ready for another pick and go. Advantage we played. Still Leinster possession. They get another free shot here. Crash of the line and they get there. Well, it's only taken 3.5 minutes and they got their first score, and it's the big man from South Africa, Jason Jenkins.
They just have such confidence in their ability to pick off a try there, not looking to go for points early in the game. And it's just efficiency, real simple rugby. Work through the phases with your big players, big ball carries, phase after phase. Strong carry from Sheehan. They just recycle the ball again, work through the phases. They get latchers on that just ball's a little bit slow, but they don't panic. And then Jenkins, not much work for him to do. Big long body of him just stretching over the line.
There he goes. That's what you're getting. And a brilliant game last week against Ulster. Former Bullslock, of course, and crashing over for Leinster's first try. Hard man to stop from that range.
Look, he's been really good in the last couple of games for Leinster since he moved up from Munster. Obviously, with his Munster spell, the injuries, didn't get a huge amount of game time, then probably didn't make the impact that would expect in the small amount of game time he got. But coming into this Leinster environment, he just seems to be flourishing.
Rhys Ruddock, well, there you go. I mean, a tale of 2 number 8s, both gone. Jack Conan in the warm-up, Rhys Ruddock as well. He was slow getting back on his feet, and Leo Cullen having to make an early change as Martin Maloney comes on. So Maloney, who wasn't even in the matchday 23, now finds himself on the pitch after 4 minutes.
Yeah, I think that's the thing, always be ready no matter what, and he would have probably been involved in the warm-up to a certain degree, but it's getting your head ready to then come on so early.
Left the ball for Jordan Larmour, tries to get away. It's a HIA for Rhys Ruddock, we're hearing, so he could come back on. We'll just try and get you information as soon as we can on that, but out it goes to Sexton. It is a HIA, so Henshaw thought about the offload. Probably the wise decision not to give it to Nat.
Ball is there, ball is there.
If Ruddock doesn't pass it, he will stay off, and a wide ball again to Russell. Third touch for him. Trying to go through Werner.
Ball's out.
Sexton again. Out to Jenkins. Ball's gone loose though. Now, first real possession.
You can't dive on the ball so much from a ruck. It's within 1 metre. For me, it's within 1 metre.
But Hiram Andrews diving on the ball from the ruck. Referee blows for Leinster.
Yeah, the ball was out, but if within 1 metre you're not let down, it's your leg win and pick it up. And I suppose that's that whole referee, what's actually 1 metre, but just he has to go in and look to pick it up, not dive on it. I thought Leinster were lucky. I thought Martin Maloney flew off his feet in the previous ruck, that it could have been a penalty against him.
Sharks, thank you. Edge of the white.
So, line out, second one to Leinster then.
No, boys, it's a mess. Okay. Okay, the last one I stopped it. The second one I've stopped it. I've clearly given you a mark. You're in charge of the rest of the players. If there's no gap on the next one, it's going to be a free kick.
So just having a word with Mguno.
Time on.
About keeping his players. The required gap in the line out. Sheehan goes to the back again. It's the exact same throw. And the Sharks. It was almost like a double bluff there. Didn't think they was going to do it. In behind it goes. Here is Dan Sheehan. Chopped to the ground by Tapui. For Luke McGrath. In behind from Alalatoa. Sexton to Will Connors. First start for him since January. Grubber kicked through attempt, but it's blocked down. A little bit awkward. And then the penalty to the Sharks.
Hold in.
No, releasing on the ground. Chance for them to settle down now because it's all been Leinster really.
Leinster have all the possession, and Johnny was looking to put it in behind and make Sharks play out of their own 22, but unfortunately it rebounded off someone. Sharks, yeah, kick for distance, look to go to their line out and see where they go from here. They've had no ball at all to see what they've made of an attack. And they've been under a huge amount of pressures defensively. They've given away a lot of penalties.
They have, and their record this season has been pretty decent. I think averaging 11 penalties a game and no cards so far for the Sharks, but they've just been under so much pressure. This time the penalty went to them, and Burta Chamberlain finds a decent touch. First line out to the Sharks. Van Vuren scored a try in Rodney Parade against the Dragons last week. Safe hands of Andrews. Flat line, decent carry as well from Van Rensburg. Still there for Williams. Out it goes, Noche. Better from the Sharks now, promising looking attack as well. Just delay the pass, Mgunu. Noche again. Shark fans calling for this guy to start. They have their wish here. Werner Koch, former World Sevens Player of the Year back in 2015, but firmly ensconced in the 15s game.
So rip backwards by Blues
to
the Sharks line out. Boys, it's rip backwards by Blues to the Sharks line out.
Sharks to get the line out.
Yes. Rip backwards by Blues, Sharks line out.
Russell just whipped it out of his hands. But you see, Sharks using their big ball carriers, one out rugby. They didn't really create any space to pass the ball out there to the wing. Probably should have just kept going with the one out rugby, but they come away with the line out here.
Let's see what they can manage then. Sharks were 13 out of 16 on their own throw against the Dragons last weekend, 81%. Haven't had a problem there, even that's without Etzebeth controlling things. It's a decent take, and again, it's at the back with Kieran Van Vuren.
Off the leg, 20 off the leg!
Trying to get that ball going forward. Good work by the Sharks pack.
Two off the leg, off the leg!
Still creaking forward.
That's once!
So Williams now might try to use this one. Out it goes, the pass lovely in the space on the outside. Look at the line, straight through from Fassi. Beautiful try from Apelele Fassi. And the Sharks hit back at the RDS.
A lot of damage came from the maul. They sucked Leinster in, just as when you thought Leinster had it sorted. Just couldn't. I think Robbie Henshaw had a little slip there that created the space further out because they couldn't push out on their man.
There's no clear there.
Yeah, you just see Henshaw slipping in the background.
Thank you.
Beautiful line equally good pass as well, and this should be a handy 2 points to level things up after 10 minutes. We've had 2 tries, and the Sharks, who with their first attack of the game, it's the level one up, takes his tally, put Chamberlain to 71 points this season. Beautiful try though.
Yeah, like the Sharks back three are lightning quick, but that space there and that line that Fassi ran was outstanding, and there was a lack of connect between, I know Henshaw fell, but there was a lack of connect there between Natai and himself. They were very close together. That put Larmour under a huge amount of pressure out there, and he was in between 6s and 7s about who to go for.
There's Noel McNamara on the left-hand side of Sean Everett, as you can see. Yannick Brew as well signed up as their breakdown coach, which is a bit of a decent sign when you think about it.
Yeah, he's obviously come as head coach from Bayonne after getting them back up to the top 14 to go in as breakdown coach. So maybe he's looking further down the line, maybe where he wants to be as a head coach in one of these teams further down the line. But they've also got a new director of rugby, and Neil Powell, as well, overseeing the whole thing.
Yeah, impressive lineup for the Sharks as well. You think about the players to come back. You mentioned Khaleesi and Bonami, Mbipi, Etzebeth as well, so they will be a real handful as the season progresses now, and Rugby Championship has been done and dusted. Out it goes to Porter, a short pop to Maloney, there for McGrath again. Leinster trying to get hands on the ball and keeping it tight, forcing their way up the midfield, over that ball to Robin Richardson. Did brilliantly, Dylan Richardson,
13 entry.
the 23-year-old wins the penalty, and he got that one right, no question.
Sharks are so wanting to slow down the Leinster ball. They've the 2 7s, Richardson and Venter on the pitch, who locked in over that ball straight away.
Murray Kinsella mentioned at the start, he talked about, particularly to Thomas Dutoit as well, the captain, about the potential to jackal the ball with James Venter at 6 and Dylan Richardson at 7.
Yeah, the 2 poachers, they go after the ball, and not even just to get it, just to slow down Leinster, that they can't get into their flow of attack so easily. You know, they're given any chance they'll create that space out wide.
So another attacking line out, and the Sharks again, just no rush to use this one. They're going to settle themselves here, plan their attack. Leinster fans gone very quiet.
Many?
Off the top down from Noche. Big tackle, huge tackle that was from Will Connors on his first start, but came in from the side.
Let him go,
quick
let him
tap
go.
And go, and Williams wasting no time.
Well,
Leinster back 10, they weren't back 10. On they go. Abrahams.
Not 10.
Advantage being played to the Sharks, taken in by Richardson. Tackle again. Connors, left they go. This has gone. Very kickable 3 points here.
Mark. Whoa. Look, 7 with a tackle, you must come back around through the gate, the side entry. Inside.
So Thomas Dutoit.
Number 7. No, come back for the penalty against that, then it was 10 metres.
Just having a think about this one. It's a very kickable 3, but they're going into the corner. Well, there you go. This is what you want to see.
Definitely. Like, you wonder at this early stage, should they take their points, get ahead? But no, they're back in that line-out maul.
Sharks averaging 31 points a game, only a point behind Leinster. I mean, Leinster the perennial top point scorers in the URC, but these guys as well. And I guess with an attitude and a game plan like that,
We got 6 boys.
it's not hard to see why.
The line
see
is
if they
there.
can get something from this though. Van Vuuren to throw. Noche almost disrupted. There was a hand in there, but it's come back on the Shark side. He'll have to go to plan B here. Good tackle again, just to force him back. Brilliant hit. I think Maloney in the thick of things and back on his feet.
Counter-ruck is good. Counter-ruck is good.
Brilliant by Dan Sheehan, almost single-handedly.
Ball is there.
Still there for the Sharks though. Sheehan's got a roll. Out it goes to Noche, 29-year-old. 6 caps for South Africa, but his last one of those was back in 2018.
Release 3.
New Zealand. Hasn't been involved since. Williams, little short pass again, and Furin comes on with it. Back with the Sharks scrum half. They're queuing up Noche again.
Step.
Left they go. Bouncing off the tackle was Van Rensburg. Richardson. Penalty Leinster. Off their feet at the breakdown, right in front of Craig Evans.
The body
Sharks
never
look
cleared
frustrated,
anywhere.
but Leinster will be relieved.
was good, some good Leinster defence prior to that.
Not
straight off the line
weight.
out. We saw Dan Sheehan, Martin Maloney hugely involved there. Leinster get up just to disrupt slightly. Brilliant by Ryan Baird. And then just body positions. Look at Dan Sheehan there, just driving 3 players back.
In and you went and forced again treatment. It's not going on.
There we go. Just keep an eye on this. Just going off. You just got to support your weight. Just the knee there into the ground. Look, I mean, I've seen them not given, but referee blew the whistle.
Yeah, look, the referee's right there, and it's no contest with the ball. Leinster can't get in at all, and I actually wish referees would call it a lot more to allow that contest.
Well, there you see. It's Justin Basson has gone off. I can't tell you, Rhys Ruddock's HIA is permanent, so he will not come back on. And it means that Maloney is going to play the rest of the game if he can survive. We've already had 2 8s down for Leinster. And on comes Reniel Hugo, 32-year-old, in place of Basson. So a lock-for-lock swap for the Sharks. Are losing men hand over fist here.
Yeah, perfect. Thank you.
I think Sharks will rue that, not taking those 3 points.
Sharks.
15 minutes into the game.
I'm setting up the line out. Wait. I'm giving them the mark and I'm trying to get a gap. If I ain't got a gap, I'm not continuing. Yes. I need to get that gap. There's no gap. I was holding the hook out.
So Craig
He
Evans,
needs to listen.
Johnny Sexton arguing the cause there.
Relax, it's fine. Relax.
But Craig Evans says, if I don't have the required gap, the ball's not going in, which is fair enough. He'll be consistent on that. As Porter gives the instructions back to Sheehan. Let's see if the Sharks get up here. They did get up, but sloppy ball from Leinster. They've lost it. On goes Van Furden. There's the HIA confirmation with Basson. They support them. Gunu leaves it for Williams. Little kick over the top. Leinster have nobody back there. Where's this going to bounce? Too far. Brilliant idea. Just that bit much on it.
22 scrum.
Great vision there by Williams to see the space, and that Leinster had no one back there defending. Yeah. But first of all, it was the work done in the line out, putting Leinster under pressure, that the ball comes back on Sharks' side.
Brilliant idea. Just too much on it. Bounce to the rugby ball. Sometimes they go with you. So 22-metre dropout for Sexton. It's going to drop just before halfway. Awkward one.
No contact, play on, not a knock on.
Held on to it, did well. He just misjudged the first bounce. Leinster get the penalty.
He's got to come in with that ball. Your foot is on the ground.
Well, he's arguing the case there. Fassi.
Yeah, Fassi didn't really read the ball well off that 22. He didn't run onto it and let it bounce before he tried to claim it, and then great work by Larmour to get in there.
Okay, penalty to Leinster, into touch safely from Sexton. Murray Kinsella.
Well, a ferocious breakdown battle, first of all. Both sides coming up with big turnovers. Just on Leinster's attack, they're looking to make the forwards use that link passing, those decision-making. It does put their breakdown under a little bit of extra pressure. They've got to be really accurate on those clear-outs when they've made a tip on, when they've been taken off the ball. Something to keep an eye on.
Absolutely. Little dummy there. I don't think Connor's meant
it.
Player was
dropping.
Wasn't in a position where he felt comfortable throwing the pass. It's there for Porter. Got Maloney outside him and Jenkins as well, but it's Martin Maloney to take it on. There for McGrath. Leinster keeping this tight, not tight. Pumping the legs. What a brilliant try-saving tackle he made on Aaron Sexton in Belfast last weekend. Behind from Maloney to Sexton. Look at the line again. Maloney. Really good stuff from the home side. Sexton well tackled and drilled to the ground by Grant Williams. Still home team possession taken by Jordan Larmour. Gone off their feet again. It's another one at the breakdown. And Craig Evans is consistent on this. This time it's Robbie Henshaw.
Yeah, it's an eagerness of trying to get quick ball that they're just going over the top of the ruck and not holding their feet. And again, it's one for either team now in that sense. You can just see though the way Leinster are trying to play. They've so many options when they do that, get that quick ball. It's so exciting. You don't know where the ball's going.
Safe touch from the penalty. Here was the infringement.
Okay.
Yeah, Jenkins just totally flops down. Detroit has no option. He can't get in on the ball to try and rob it.
Yeah. One of those ones that Leo Cullen will be frustrated with. Just protect the ball and be disciplined about it. for
90 win or out.
Almost played 20 minutes, 2 tries, 1 each so far, and nothing between them. Williams out to Chamberlain. Again, trying a loop pass there, but wasn't the intended target. Here's Takir Abrahams for Williams. Gunu.
Use it! It's under the body.
For the box kick here. Shark scrum half.
Stay one.
He's been told to use it, but he does have a couple of seconds. Doesn't want to push the referee too far, as Australia found out over the summer. That time wasting. Lovely take though. Good tackle on Larmour to bring him down, and he fell awkwardly. Porter. Away from McGrath.
Use it!
Little chip over the top. Sexton's after it. It might bounce for Sexton. Taken out of the sky though. Brilliant from Abrahams. Turns the right side. There for Williams again. Lovely kick again. Across comes Jimmy O'Brien. He's going to sit up for him at the second bounce, and he's under pressure here. O'Brien needs a bit of help. Leinster just trying to protect the ball, clear the danger.
Use the 9. Ball's out, yes, correct.
Ball's out. So
Ball
again,
is outside.
McGrath taking way too much time. Sharks will be delighted with that. Line out inside the Leinster 22.
Leaves the Sharks in a great attacking position.
Time off.
In fairness, it was from the Sharks' first kick that got them. Jimmy O'Brien was under pressure. He was hunted down by the Sharks, set it up, and then Leinster were just really slow to clear their lines.
Jordan Larmour, as you see, looks in an awful lot of distress there on the ground, and it doesn't look good from his point of view. Just fell really awkwardly when he was tackled. So his head almost knocked back, but it looks like something on his leg, and it doesn't look like.
A player who's just had a horrible run of injuries to come back and try and find that form that he had.
Pete, anything? There's some water there.
It's a bit of a helter-skelter first 21 minutes. You know, ebb and flow of the game. No one's had real dominance in any facet of the game.
Yeah, Sky Ringrose on the bench there. This was the injury. Went up for the ball, so his left foot goes down first. Just watch it here. When the tackle goes in, he just snapped back. His foot was caught awkwardly there on the ground, as you can see. And looked like he just twisted something, but hopefully it's not too serious. He is sitting back up, as you can see. And sometimes in these situations, you know, the initial pain is worse than it looks, but he's been so unlucky. You just hope that whatever is wrong with him, that it's nothing long term.
Yeah, they look to be applying a good bit of pressure to see whether he's going to be able to stay on or not.
It's an ankle injury, but seeing if he can put pressure on it and if he's okay to continue. They will give him a minute or two to get adequate attention. There's Ronan Kelleher in the middle of your screen. Hugo Keenan to the left of him, and well, I wonder what he's thinking at the moment with the way Dan Sheehan is playing, because I mean, look, at this time last year Kelleher was #1 Ireland and Leinster, and Sheehan too. It's flip-flopped.
Yeah, I suppose you take your opportunities, and Sheehan certainly did that. He wasn't a player that came through he wasn't in the Leinster Academy. He took his opportunity then in the Six Nations when Kelleher got injured, and he followed that through then in New Zealand. He was absolutely outstanding and continued the good form. So it's his jersey now. It's up to him to keep it. But look at the quality that Leinster have sitting over there. It's Kelleher, Doris, Jamie Osborne, like these type of players, Tommy O'Brien, that they have in their squad. It's just the depth of the squad they have is unbelievable. And then likewise the Sharks, we've spoken about their internationals that haven't even travelled.
Yeah, there you go. Gary Ringrose comes in. He's captain last weekend in Ulster, and it's Jordan Larmour shaking the head. Look, from Larmour, the fact that he's walking, it's not too serious. And if you're in any doubt, given what he's been through, you just go off.
Oh yeah, like if he's not 100%, you take him off, you give him that time to recover, and hopefully he'll come back and it won't be too long out.
Fenter took that line-out ball, just transferred it to Richardson. Out it goes to the captain, Detroit.
No, you're on top of him.
There for Williams. Little dummy for the long pass. The pass to Van Vuren. 4 metres from the line. Leinster on top of the ball, but it's Sharks with the penalty, not releasing after the tackle. Crowd don't like it, but the referee was clear, and the quick tap. They're going to give you.
Boys, the mark is over here. You're not on the mark.
From the mark.
Need a clear release.
Great build-up from the Sharks. Brilliant hands from Hugo there.
Mark is over here.
To get the ball away to Van Vuren.
Clear release. Sorry?
5 metres short here. Option for a scrum if they want it.
Post called.
Yeah, look, the wise decision here. I mean, not too many teams come to Leinster and win, and every point in a tight enough match so far, Fiona, with 22 minutes gone, every point you take.
And the fact that they were here and came away with nothing already is important to induct that offload from Hugo.
Sure.
Beautiful hands from the big man, his
I know
dad.
what you're saying.
Neil played for South Africa twice back in the day.
I saw some picture. I saw some pictures. He went forward, and if it was an effect, I would have dealt with it. But I felt you had momentum there. I saw the same thing.
Yeah, Leinster will be hugely disappointed. That's 6 penalties conceded in the first 20 minutes when they were averaging about 9 a game.
So here we go then. Chamberlain, 23-year-old. First penalty for him, and this for the Sharks lead. No mistake then from the Sharks fly half. Murray Kinstler, 23 minutes gone, 3-point lead for the visitors.
Yeah, the Sharks have really physically come to play. It's really impressive to see them actually overpowering Leinster in some of those close quarter stuff. On top of that, their kicking game has been really clever. They found grass a couple of times, Williams and Chamberlain with some smart kicking, just moving that Leinster backfield. So they're asking real questions of Leo Cullen's side.
There you go, and confirmation that Justin Basson is not going to return from the HIA, so permanent sub with Renil Hugo. And on we go then, the Sharks 10 points to 7 in front. This guy in the charge. You can see why South African Sharks fans were calling from the start. Not sure really is a live wire. Plenty of pace as well for a back row forward, as have his 6 and 7. Very mobile units together. And plenty of height on this one. Flirting with the touch line. Is it going to go straight out? It has done. So it'll be line out back from where he kicked it. Unforced error, and gives the momentum back to Leinster.
Right.
Yeah, this is where Leinster usually back themselves. I know their line out doesn't function as well as they want this season, but when they get it right, it's outstanding how they launch off their line out.
Up they go, Ross Maloney, decent take. Transfers to the back, and Leinster getting that maul. Going inside the 22. There Sheehan has it. Out it goes from McGrath. Natai behind the Sexton. Thought about the pass. Beautiful. Ringrose bounces off the first tackle. Gary Ringrose, the step and the reach. Ringrose! What a score! Off the bench. Almost his first touch of the game. And Gary Ringrose, what a way to mark your introduction.
What a try. Again, good line out, set up the maul. Get go forward ball, but then the running lines, the timing of the pass, Ringrose playing out of position, coming off the wing, and then stepping back inside. Absolutely outstanding try. They go just at the right time. The timing of the pass as well from Sexton was outstanding. And his slalom-style run from Ringrose to get over the line.
There you go. The first one was short, but those big hands of his, just enough to get there. No problem. 12 points to 7. Conversion won't be a problem either. But what an individual try that was. Bouncing off, I tell you what, as well, just not to pick holes in him, but Apolelli Fassi won't fancy seeing that tackle again.
He won't, but look, I think Ringrose, the lead up to that try was outstanding. The time the pass from Sexton, Fassi should have made it. You know, he's 3-time South African international. He needs to make that try. He just went in, he didn't even try and wrap. He just went in for the hit, didn't even try and wrap.
Yeah, poor tackle from Fassi. Ringrose won't mind though. Still had a lot of work to do, and he got there. 14 points to 7. 14 points to 10, I should say.
When you're ready.
Leinster have the lead back. This is going to drop just outside the 22. Watch by
Maloney. Carried back.
Back there from McGrath, taken back inside the 22. Here's Porter. Straight into Gunnar.
Leave it!
Made the South Africa debut, the Sharks tight head against Wales in the summer, as did a few players in the squad.
All on, yes.
Shark squad here. So again, they want to forget, and that one by not Chia's first real mistake of the game, the big number 8. You can see the frustration. He went up for the high ball and just couldn't hang on to it.
Yeah, he didn't get his body underneath it and just reaching out.
Knock on. Scrum.
Can't blame the sun for being in his eyes. It's on the other side of the pitch.
No, just Didn't get a hold of it, did he? Shake it ahead there from
It's been a long
Sean
time
Everett.
since we've had that chat in the changing rooms. Basic stability, space.
This is our first scrum.
First scrum of the game, 27 minutes gone. We won't complain, will we? I know that's your area of expertise, but...
But people want to see ball in play, like, and there's been so much stop-starting around the game.
What do you make of the proposed new law change that we'll have 30 seconds to set the scrum from the time it's given? Do you agree with that?
Look, they're doing it down in Queensland, but you can't do it with the effect if safety comes into play. Like, if it needs to be reset, it needs to be reset. I'm interested to see how the trial goes.
Yeah, it will be.
Hold it!
I guess it's to avoid the time wasting that we've seen where a team is awarded a scrum, the penalty goes to the Sharks. There you go, the first one Leinster have lost against the Head this season, and the Sharks to toy the captain Van Vuren, and I'm going to...
Yeah, you just see Porter's elbow comes in and he hinges at the hips. Probably needs to look to get a higher bind up there because Dutoit had him pinned down.
Yeah.
There you go, 8 penalties conceded from Leinster, 4 from the Sharks. So we mentioned the discipline of both teams pretty good going into the game, with Leinster averaging 9 per match. They've already reached 8, and they go down for the line out.
7, same or less.
So Van Vuren. Oh, stolen. Brilliant take. I think it was Maloney who got his hands on that.
Leave it. That's once. Back foot.
Should be there from McGrath, but it's a real scrap off the ball there from Reniel.
Use it, Blue!
He's got his hands on it, and so too Noche. Where's that ball? Taken in and not used. It's going to be a scrum to the Sharks, and now a decent time to go up to the coaching box. And Noel McNamara. Noel, welcome back on home soil, I suppose, but you must be pretty happy with how the first half an hour has gone.
Yeah, thanks very much. Yeah, listen, it's been a positive start, I suppose. In lots of ways, you're probably frustrated as well a little bit that Leinster hadn't to work a little bit harder for their scores, you know. So, yeah, overall pleasing, but yeah, could have been a little bit better.
Very mobile back row unit they've picked as well. They've managed to win a few penalties against Leinster. You don't see too many sides come here and do that.
Absolutely, yeah. Listen, the breakdown's a massive battle, and you know, we're under no illusions. If you give Leinster a quick ball, they're going to absolutely run amok. So, you know, we've got to keep doing that now for the next 50, 60 minutes. Okay, listen, pleasure to talk to you now. Thanks a million. Best of luck for the rest of the game.
Crouch! Tight contest, 4 points in it, half an hour played, and a brilliant attacking scrum position for the Sharks.
Boys, first set of calls that I were fine, you waited. Let's not rush this one. Let's get back to basics. Hold.
Both sides, please. Here we go, mate! Let's go, Sino!
Toa just to shake it ahead there, but Craig Evans clear in his instructions. That's what you want from the referee.
I think he's been very clear and concise, and he's been consistent as well.
Good. Crouch! Bind! Set! Steady! Good, up.
A little bit messy again on this side, but as the Sharks get on with it, lovely no-look pass in behind the Chamberlain, then off his wing, beautiful pass to Fassi, Fassi to Vera Cock, and Cock gets in the corner. The Sharks absolutely lethal. That is beautiful rugby, and they are here to win this game.
What a try off first phase. Bit of a messy scrum to get the ball away. And then their backs just do the business. Fassi running that line. I think Russell bites down a little bit. Slider out the back. Oh, Abraham's off his wing. Just good footwork, and that sits Russell down. And Leinster just get really, really tight.
Beautiful backline move. Look at the no-look pass on the inside there from Tapue, former Bath and Harlequin centre. His pass made it, and the feet as well.
I think it was Abraham's feet that made it, that sucked in that Leinster defence that they didn't get a hit on.
There you go, former Sevens flyer, and he enjoyed that one. So Chamberlain pushed the Sharks 3 points clear. It's 11 out of 14 before today. He started on the left-hand post, but it hasn't come back. So it will stay a one-point game, but the Sharks now, second try, And I tell you what, Sean Everett's got to be happy by what he's seen from his team.
Yeah, they played some outstanding rugby. They're using their physicality, but then they're able to play ball. Just scoring that try was brilliant.
As you say, beautiful step there from Abrahams, 22 years of age, out to Werner Koch. 7 years as senior, and the take from the restart.
Tackle release. Thank you. 9, use it.
The back with Grant Williams. Box kick is going to land just over halfway. Brilliant kick. O'Brien rising high into the air. There for McGrath. Backwards it goes. Taken by Ryan Baird, and again another penalty. Leinster discipline has been really poor since the opening kick-off, and again it's the captain, Thomas Detroit, who's getting the pats on the back.
We kind of have to commend the Sharks for going after that breakdown, and didn't matter what number on their back, they're getting themselves into good position. Great take here by O'Brien. They move the ball. Baird takes it in, but he's on his own there. The Detroit, I don't know whether he fully releases with his right hand, but referee sees that left hand release and gets back in over the ball.
And then a penalty up the line inside the 22 from Bourtot Chamberlain, and the Sharks have another attacking position. It's been impressive so far from the visitors to the RDS. Van Verden. Straight down the middle, taken by Andrews. It's at the back, but it's gone down.
9.
It's a ruck.
9, use it.
Now told Williams to get on with it. Out it goes to his hooker. Just about gets over the gain line. Should be there for Williams, and they're going to keep it tight here. Big tackle goes in on Richardson. Manages to hang on to the ball though. Little decoy again to Ngunu. Takes the hit. Back with Williams again. Noche.
Roll blue. Step.
Leinster told to roll. Maloney made the tackle. Richardson again. They're making ground every time. Leinster got to be careful here. And Ngunu tackled by Natai and Henshaw, the two centres to bring down the big loose head prop. Out it goes. Chamberlain left. Oh, look at that. Beautiful faces round the outside from Van Rensburg. Pass on the outside. Abrahams. Try in the corner. The Sharks are in again. And they are running Leinster ragged.
The damage was done by the big forward ball carriers sucking in that Leinster defence.
No, passing
creating
backwards,
that space out wide.
It's enough. It's fine, thank you. It's clearly not. Back.
Leinster asking for a knock on or for a pass, but that one was clearly back. Bounce sits up for Abrahams, and he gets in. The former South African under-20 international.
Being good.
A little bit lucky with the bounce, but you have to say the Sharks playing all the rugby at the moment.
Yeah, look, Van Rensburg there was outstanding. He spotted a gap between Baird and Ringrose, ran through it, and then even the quality pass wasn't great, but they've created so much space out there that they're able to clean it up. And Abrahams is lightning quick anyway, but he doesn't have too far of a run in.
Tell you what, Andrew Porter is pretty lucky he didn't connect with that sliding tackle there. Feet first, I don't know what he was thinking, but if he'd made contact there, he could have been in trouble with the referee. Just as well he didn't. And this one from the corner with 5 minutes to play. Sharks in control, looking to stretch the lead. Better strike, but it's just gone to the right and wide. Murray Kinsella, one team playing rugby, and it's not Leinster.
Yeah, indeed. And Hugh, since you spoke to Noel McNamara, his attack has taken over this game. That strike from set piece, first of all from the scrum, really intricate play that just forced disconnection from Leinster's defence. And that's what we're seeing now. They're not connected up midfield. The wingers are disconnected on the edge, and they're actually making individual decisions. Got to sharpen up there.
Yeah, and as Murray said, Noel McNamara, you think back to his Ireland under-20s, the attack that side had was out of this world. And he's taken that blueprint and he's transferred it to the Sharks here.
Yeah, that 20 squad were a joy to watch. Grand Slam winners back to 2019.
That's taken back,
yeah.
9. That's taken back.
Here, and probably I watched the last two matches, and we probably didn't see the attack to that level, but that's probably 3-4 weeks on tour together, more time together.
Yeah. And it's the South African side as well. The Lions taking care of Edinburgh last night. You had obviously the Stormers defending champion, the Bulls flying high. I mean, they've been a brilliant addition here, and Leinster have a game on their hands. 3.5 minutes to half time.
No lift.
And I'm sure they want the dressing room. Can they get a score before the break? Natai, nice line to take it off his partner, but still there. Out to Henshaw. Rob Russell against Werner Koch. Back inside to O'Brien.
Back
who's
15.
dragged down inside the Sharks 22. Still there for Sheehan. Then over the ball is Richardson, trying to poach it, but told to leave it by the referee. Sexton dropped and went backwards. Play on, says the referee. Leinster still have it. Crossfield kick outside. Ringrose waiting for it. What a kick and what a take. Leinster right before half-time, and Gary Ringrose has his second try.
Some brilliant build-up to that try. We had Russell out in the wing, getting the offload away. We had Dan Sheehan with some brilliant footwork. And just the vision and then the execution from Henshaw to spot Ringrose out there. Here we just see Russell getting on the outside, getting the offload away. They set it up again. This is just brilliant. Ball went backwards. Henshaw had all the time in the world there to get that pin perfect.
Beautiful kick. Leinster, well, the perfect response for them. Might save their blushes at the half-time team talk, but perfectly weighted kick from Robbie Henshaw. Gaelic footballer back in the day in school. You can see the skills there. And Ringrose on the end of it. Off the bench, 2 tries. How about that?
Okay, so you can confirm it. The on-field view of no knock on in midfield is okay. And obviously the players on side of the kick.
Yeah, they're just checking that ball that was knocked backwards, not knocked forward. And that Ringrose was onside.
Thank you.
Yeah, he's lining up the kick, so that would lead you to believe that there's no problem from the TMO and from John Mason.
Knew where I was to start with.
This then to put Leinster back in front. What a game. What a first half. For Leinster to go back in front then. No problem from the boot of Jonathan Sexton. 21 points to 20. The crowd happier. And Gary Ringrose with a brace. Let's have a look at this one again.
Yeah, look, there was questions about that, but it's definitely not backwards. And then just Henshaw. The defence didn't come up. Sharks didn't come up. They were looking to drift out. He just picks Ringrose out of it. And Ringrose playing out of position and just knowing where to be in the right place at the right time.
3 tries for Leinster, 3 tries for the Sharks, and we've a minute to go before the break.
Ball was out, yes.
Worth the entry fee, I think it's fair to say.
Leave.
Cracking match in the URC.
Yes, you're inside. Use it.
15.
Decent touch, but that'll be a line out to the Sharks as we approach the last 30 seconds or so. Neil Cullen, Andrew Goodman,
4.
Stuart Lancaster looking on. They'll do their work at half-time.
Lines Reyes.
To throw. That wasn't straight. Didn't look straight from here. Referee right on the spot.
straight.
So unforced error at the line out.
No, you're doing line of scrum. You've got to play it. I can't end on that. Do you want scrum?
So we're going to take the scrum. Leinster winning. Can he blow the half-time whistle there? But he did say you have to play the scrum.
Clear mark across.
Look, obviously Leinster be delighted to be going in front, but they have things to fix. That midfield defence and also their penalty count. They're going to be things they're looking to improve in the second half.
Here we go! Round! Come on, Andy. Big strong.
Crouch. Bind.
Come on, Mike.
Set.
Maloney takes it off the back. Sexton, little grubber kick through. Ringrose after it. Ringrose is onto it. And the pass back inside to Luke McGrath. Still Luke McGrath. Inside the 22. Brilliant move down the blind side. Catching the Sharks completely unaware, but the whistle's gone for the penalty. I presume for not releasing on the ground. Brilliant scramble defence by the Sharks. McGrath holding his head. It looked like he got a bit of a knock there. Turner Cock goes down to help him out, but what a move that was.
No, he didn't.
The pace of Maloney off the back of that scrum. Sexton with the vision and Ringrose again.
He's on the mark, okay? Slow down. Trainer's coming, no rush.
Let's have a look at this one again. Ringrose back inside to McGrath. Broke the first tackle from Chamberlain just there. It wasn't a boot, I think just when he hit the ground there.
And then Koch comes in and he locks around his neck. Nothing in that, really.
No, there's nothing in that. Now he's just trying to get the ball back, but just when the momentum of the ball on the ground, just there, that's where he did the damage in his head. There's nothing else in this.
No play.
I'm not saying it's fair, I only listening to him. He's got to clear the tackles on. I have to come around.
All right.
Okay, if you're wrong, it doesn't matter for me, but I can't change the decision now.
Yeah, but it's every time.
No.
Hasn't lost any of his spark anyway, has he, Johnny Sexton?
Yeah, in fairness to him, they're not clearing away the tackle zone fairly quickly, which isn't giving Leinster that quick ball that they're looking for, an opportunity to get in and ruck.
No, he's on by the
So, going to go off there just to get the head strapped up. Probably HIA as well for Luke McGrath, given the nature of it, and hopefully he's okay to continue.
If you're going to end the off, go top it first.
So Chamberlain, you presume he's going to tap this.
Still walking off a second, okay? And he's still walking off.
What a first half, though.
Cormac Foley's just come in. He'll be going straight back down the tunnel.
You are going to go off time too.
There we go. That is the end of the first half, and what a half of rugby it's been at the RDS. 3 tries for Leinster, 3 tries for the Sharks, just a single point between them in a belter of a URC contest. There's more to come, don't go anywhere. Half-time at the RDS, Leinster 21, Sharks 20. Second half about to get underway, both teams out, and a single point separates them after a belter of a first half. We can't surely get the same in the second, Fiona Cockle?
Let's hope we do.
Let's hope we do indeed. Johnny Sexton to get us underway. Leinster in blue, 2 tries for Gary Ringrose in that first half, 1 for Jason Jenkins, Fassi, Werner Koch and Take Abrams for Chelsea Sharks. Got to be careful on that one. A little tongue twister as they get the driving maul rolling towards the Leinster, or their own 10-metre line, I should say. And ball there for Williams. It's slow.
Ball is there. Ball is there.
Counter ruck.
Leave it. Leave it. Stay.
There it is for Foley. First touch for him. Obviously, McGrath going off just before the break with that head injury. Here's Henshaw. Foley back inside, Johnny Sexton to Russell now. Here's Rob Russell. How much pace has he got? Russell, one-handed carry. Had support on his shoulder.
Release!
From Foley. Options both sides here. Little crossfield kick. It's meant for Dan Sheehan. It's too far. Too far for the Leinster hooker.
No, can't go quick.
Great defensive work from Leinster, first of all, to turn over that ball. Then look to move it, and Sexton playing it flat to the line, and he finds Russell on his shoulder.
Lovely offload, wasn't it, to Russell as well? I mean, he started the match inside the first 3 minutes with a couple of touches. We haven't seen much of him since then, no?
No, he hasn't a huge amount of ball. It's been on the other wing to Ringrose. Fair, but just if that try had to come off, if Sheehan had got his hands on the ball, how difficult would that be him in the wider channels, just hunting out that ball?
Interesting to see how Cormac Foley gets on now. He's going to play the full second half here because McGrath's gone for a permanent HIA. 22 years of age, his 12th appearance in the URC, and he's an exciting one. So here he goes, as Sheehan almost got a hand to that. Henshaw underneath it, turns to give the pass. Here's Jimmy O'Brien, good tackle, really good tackle as well from Van Harensburg to put him down. Porter, tackled by Dutoit. Sexton switching to Natai. Over the ball, Sharks trying to poach it. In from the side.
You're up the side there. You're not square on. Your entry, he won the ball. Your entry. Come square, please.
There's the toy coming in from
square,
the side.
Please. Yes. Can't come side entry the tackle.
Fassi did well to get in over that ball originally, but he went back for 2 bites on it.
Sexton finds touch.
Good in the last one, Pete.
Confirmation of that scrum half replacement. Here was the penalty. Yeah, he's in from the wrong side, no question.
Thank you.
So Noche in to try and poach there, but his teammate giving him away as Maloney takes the line out. Leinster, well, it took them, what, 3.5 minutes to score at the start of the game in the first half. Can they better that here?
Same ball!
Andrew Porter has it. It's gone
Both
to ground.
to ground.
Foley trying to dig one out. Not too many standing out wide. You've got Ringrose standing on this touchline here on a hat-trick. Let's see where the ball goes. Foley goes left this time. On they go. Ryan Baird. Good carry from him. Penalty to the Sharks. Discipline, again, a major problem for Leinster.
Yeah, it's just not supporting that ball carrier to get that quick ruck.
Is it?
And in fairness, Richardson is just so good at getting in over the ball. We saw really good carries by Natai, good carry by Baird, but he needs that support. Dan Sheehan took play right off the ball, but Richardson was already in.
Yeah, brilliant work, as you can see.
Sorry, it was Van Buren.
Van Buren, yeah, it was Van Buren, the hooker. He's in over the ball, and he's getting a bit of attention. I think he took a bang to the nose as he went in to poach that ball.
All okay there.
There you go.
Scooped up.
Looks okay to continue. Scored a try against the Dragons last weekend. Wasn't a great performance by the Sharks overall. They hit a purple patch ready to do enough as Gary Ringrose looks on.
Yeah,
and he has played on the wing a couple of times for Ireland as well, but he looks pretty comfortable out there, doesn't he?
Yeah, it's just to come in when you're not expecting to, and just straight off the cuff, just be in the right place at the right time, running the right lines.
Abrams is very quick, we know that, but sure, you know, it's a battle of the dancing feet between those two. Ringrose is quick as well. Here's Chamberlain to try and find touch. Not a bad kick.
No doubt that last ruck will really frustrate Leo Cullen. It's probably something they've spoken about at half-time, is getting their breakdown, resourcing it properly. There was numbers there, but they just didn't get the threat out of the way.
Home fans finding their voice. They're not used to this, I can tell you. Up goes Reniel Hugo.
Hold!
It's going to drop on the halfway. Taken by Russell, and then he's absolutely smashed in a tackle by Rohan Jans van Rensburg. Sexton. Still Sexton. Natai. Lovely offload. Beautiful hands. O'Brien. Two outside him. One of them is Henshaw. Ringrose standing quite flat. Robbie Henshaw. Tackle from Richardson to put him down. Crashing ball to Jenkins, who has one already. Sets it up for Foley. Out it goes to Porter. Leinster queuing up on the left-hand side and right here. Sharks defence going to be tested.
Leave it!
Told to leave it, and the penalty.
Ruckus form, second man.
They were told to leave it, and they didn't. Leinster with the penalty on the 5-metre line.
What a build-up, hands here from Maloney to pull it back to Sexton. He spots the gap. Just moving the ball into space. Ringrose backs himself here, gets a few more yards, and just a reaction, Gary Ringrose, to get in and clear out that threat.
Yeah. Well, they played together in the centre so often, don't they? Ringrose and Henshaw. They almost know each other's game inside out. Let's see what they decided. Yeah, I think Tan Sheehan's going to tap and go here.
Time on.
Leinster looking to start the second half with a try. 21-20. Sheehan dragged down. There for Porter. He's the second pick and go. Again, there's only half a metre in it. Pass and advantage play for a penalty. Foley has a shot to nothing outside to Ryan Baird. Can't get to ground, or can he get it down? It's an awkward one. Too many bodies held up, but go back for the penalty.
Guys, held up as a call, back for the penalty. 12.
One more try each for a bonus point, don't forget.
Hands back, please.
Yeah. Sheehan again.
Off the post.
Leinster keeping the foot on the pedal. Don't want to give the Sharks any time to set. Again, it's Sheehan, and again it's Porter to pick second. Driving those legs of his. Good strong carry. Alalatoa doesn't make any ground. Foley leaving it. Sheehan again. That's better. Back for Porter. Andrew Porter for Leinster. Stretches the lead to 6 points.
Great control and accuracy from Leinster there. Deciding to take the tap, not go for the scrum or the line out, and then just work through the phases. Huge big ball carriers, and how many times are Sheehan and Porter involved in that? Just eking out the inches. You just see Sheehan, just the power in his legs, and the gap is created there on the fringe. It's reported to dive over the line.
No stopping him from there. You can see the way, I mean, look, it looks like Leinster, when they tap and go, it's just trying to get over the line, but there's a clear game plan. It happened twice in succession, so Sheehan to go first and Porter to go second.
Yeah, and they're your big ball carriers that are so dynamic and powerful on a static ball like that, that they're able to get that forward momentum.
That's exactly what they did. And Porter, who scored a brace against New Zealand in the summer, gets one here at the RDS for Leinster. So, what have the Sharks got in reply here?
Hold.
Chamberlain goes for distance off the restart. Ringrose underneath it. Brilliant by Ringrose. What a game he's having. There's the kick downfield. Ringrose giving chase here. Fassi is after it, so too is fly half. Chamberlain back to his full back, and Fassi anywhere will do. The crowd around the roar will tell you exactly how many metres he made from that. Well, they want it back on the 22. They reckon it was taken out and kicked straight out.
Just look at Ringrose here. His take, his footwork to get out of the contact, and then his kick and chase.
I get them.
No, it was just inside. He landed outside the 22.
Yeah. White call by the assistant on the near side, but Ringrose again putting pressure on.
7.
Leinster line out. Sheehan down the middle. Nice take there for Foley. Natai in behind the tackle of Richardson. Clean ball.
Backwards.
Did it go backwards? It did. Thought it might have knocked forward, but Foley gets a reprieve. Sexton. Crossfield kick. Ryan Baird is tall. Collision. I hope that both players are okay. That looked pretty nasty. Abrahams and Ryan Baird. Baird is lying face down in the dirt, as you can see.
Yeah, both players look to be fully committed for that ball.
Yeah, I know foul play.
Yeah, obviously Leinster pre-called that off the line out.
Everybody's gone very quiet here. Sorry, Fiona, and it just looked like a pretty nasty fall.
Anything?
Thankfully they've moved him back over, and
yeah, I agree.
Yeah, look, that'll tell you everything you need to know, and there's no point going any further, but Ryan Baird's going to take the time here. James Ryan getting ready to come in.
Yeah, it's fine, no problem. Both have jumped for the ball, not in the right area, the contest's fine. They both can have the contest for the ball. Free kick is called and that's it.
Thankfully Ryan Baird
I respect that, Johnny, there's no foul play.
There was no foul play, it just came together in the air.
Foul play.
Like, went for the ball for a contest here.
That's enough.
I mean, Sexton has to learn to close his mouth in these situations. There's no point arguing the toss here.
Yeah, look, the referee's not going to change their mind. The TMO's sweeping, and as it looked at in the background, you know, on the replay, it looks like they're all fully committed to the ball. Now,
it's a fair contest for it. That's just very unfortunate. But there's no foul play in it. Is there?
I suppose Abrahams doesn't jump for the ball, he just follows his run through, but it was more Baird's jump and landed on top of Abrahams, I think, than Abrahams actually going towards him.
Give him space. We started the free kick there, okay?
Well, you see it again. Abrahams comes across, Chamberlain as well. Look, there's three of them in there.
But the referee's not going to change his mind, no matter how much.
Hugely unfortunate either way for Ryan Baird, and obviously with Maloney already on the pitch as well. It means that the second row is going to have to play in the back row. So it was Chamberlain who landed on Ryan Baird's head as well as the awkward fall. So you had Yes, look, it's just so unlucky in the way that it happened. The referee was very clear though. And James Ryan to come in.
Sorry? Agree, 100%. Totally agree with it. His last 2 or 3 first half, hasn't he?
Just giving him every bit of time that he needs, the medical staff as well.
Okay, fine.
I hope that he's going to be okay.
No, it hasn't been 15 minutes. It hasn't been 15 minutes if we can't, no.
Andy Farrell we saw as well, who's at this game, Fiona, and you know, plenty of players that he'll be keeping an eye on. There he is, looking on as well with his family. But November internationals coming up. Anybody particular that you think might be forcing their way into his thoughts around us? So many for Leinster, obviously.
Look, I think that midweek tour away to New Zealand, probably some of those players put up their hand. Obviously there's an emergent squad away at the moment. I think it's probably a bit too early for any of those to feature in November, but they'll all be kept a keen eye on. But I've no doubt they're going to go out to win this November international, to really set down a marker against South Africa, who are world champions at the moment, and the likes of Australia coming up. So yeah, it's like the competition for places is huge, particularly in the back row. And obviously we spoke about earlier, Dan Sheehan and Kelleher. You know, Ryan Baird would have probably been one that you said you would like to have a look at through the November series, so hopefully that's not the end of his season.
As would Frawley, who's in your picture there. Good to see Jack Conan sitting in the crowd as well, so hopefully he's not too serious. But you know, Kieran Frawley, you would have hoped to get a look out there. As it is, you know, Crowley's done pretty well. I mean, the Emerging Ireland Tour, there's different thoughts on the usefulness of the tour, Fiona, but Frawley obviously is a player that has been spoken about an awful lot with Jonathan Sexton in his 37th year, and by all accounts retiring. You just haven't seen enough of him at Plenary. And
that's the thing, in the next couple of weeks, if we want to see him feature in the November internationals, he's going to have to get some game time for Leinster. And again, obviously he's coming back from an injury, so how long more is he going to be out for? Hopefully this is all precaution, and Ryan Baird won't be out for too long.
Ball gone.
So Ryan Baird goes off, and hopefully, as Fiona said, the crowd don't like the decision for what happens. Craig Evans was pretty emphatic though that the mark was called, collision was accidental, and they're going to play on. Our thoughts are with him.
As soon as he moves.
Chamberlain gets us back underway. Leinster haven't put a name on it, and it's taken. Andrews.
White all in front, stop, stop.
Half. Trying to split the back cover. And Rob Russell then has Foley with them, opting to take on the kicking responsibility himself. That's going to find touch over halfway, and it'll be a Sharks put into the line out. Half an hour to play.
Super take by Andrews originally off the kickoff.
Has not gone according to plan in terms of personnel for Leo Cullen. Lost Jack Conan in the warm-up, lost Reid Ruddock up after about 2 minutes, and now Ryan Baird as well. What happens in the game?
Inside the 5.
So Leinster can cope. That's a half an hour.
Stay forward. One. Stay just once. Stay one.
There it goes again, beautiful pass on Rensburg. Still going, causing all sorts of trouble. Look at that for the run by the outside centre. Abrams, did it go forward? It did, but I tell you what, that 13 for the Sharks is causing all sorts of problems out there. Rohan Jans van Rensburg.
The ball's been knocked forward by 15. He must regard that scrum.
Yeah, Leinster fans got very narrow again. Henshaw was in 2 minds. He stuck in on Chamberlain as opposed to going out on Van Rensburg. Van Rankver probably just forcing the pass a little bit there to Fassi. Over his head.
One never changed his mind. He had one fixed, and the other one was roaming. No problem. No problem. There we are, lads. Let's keep these elbows up for stability. I got it.
So scrum. Haven't had too many of these. Leinster coming in the wrong end of a couple of decisions in the first half. Let's see if they can sort it out here.
Bind. Set. Steady.
It's gone down again. Alala-Toa just going straight to ground. Ross Maloney and Ngunu having words here. Okay, let's go down sideline. Murray Kinsler.
Yeah, it's an enthralling contest, isn't it? We spoke so many times in the past about Leinster in these regular season games, probably strolling to success. This feels like a playoff game, such as the pressure on Leinster. This is exactly what I wanted to see from the URC. And as that pressure comes on, I think we're seeing Johnny Sexton grow in influence. Certainly his irritation levels are growing with the referee, but you've seen some nice touches. He's turning the corner really well out the back of those forward pods, just straightening back up, and he's allowing himself to get his hands through the tackle. A lovely kick, obviously. Unfortunately, Baird got injured there, but it was pinpoint stuff from him. His influence continues to grow.
It does. And we're going to go for the scrum again.
Crouch!
Just keep an eye on this battle here between Ngunu
Bind!
and Alala-Toa.
Set! Steady! Up!
There's the feed from Foley. A wrestling match with Williams. Off the base again from Maloney.
Use it! Fire, push! Push!
Plenty of height from Cormac Foley. He's going to drop over halfway. Abrahams underneath it. Beautiful take, and away he goes. Look at the quick feed from Abrahams, trying to beat Gary Ringrose for the cover. Abrahams for the Sharks! Oh my word!
Oh, I think Ringrose tackled him without the ball.
What an incredible piece of brilliance by Takiel Abrahams. We're going to check this one again, but Fiona Coughlin, if he gets this down, could be try of the season contender.
He's such a diminutive player, the way he took that ball, backed himself.
Okay, Sean, can you hear me? Sean, you got me?
Yeah, go ahead, Craig.
Okay, coming to you. We got on-field decision try, because you have a ground in. Just want to check whether he's knocked it on in the process of grounding the ball.
Well,
okay, Craig.
On-field decision is a try. Let's see. Did he get this down? There you go.
Yeah.
That's a try.
Yeah.
That is a try. That is a magnificent try.
That looks like a sharp's can, the one with the black tape.
Yeah, I think camera forward. This is the best one, Craig.
Whose hand is that? That's that Ringrose?
Yeah, okay,
There's two hands there. The right one is Gary Ringrose. Does that get there first, Fiona?
It does, but I think he loses contact.
He does lose contact. And look, there it's down.
Okay, what I'm looking at live here, Sean, from the rock and roll. The Sharks' hand gets that ball first and he presses, so the on-field decision try is correct.
Yeah, there you go. That's knocked backwards and that's a try.
Craig, we're rocking and rolling this, okay?
Okay, I need you to guide me on this, Sean. That's what I can see on the big screen.
I think Ringrose could have stayed on it, so no separation.
Craig?
Yes?
I have no reason to go against your on-field decision.
Okay.
There you go. Well, that's the decision. An incredible try.
It had to be clear and obvious from Tober ruling, and I suppose the question is whether Ringrose does lose separation. From one angle it looked like it lost separation, from the right angle here it looked like he kept it on it. But look at this, the footwork, then the kick, and then the follow-up. Unreal pace.
Yeah.
Brilliant by Takiel Abrahams, and we are back to within 3, conversion to come. Look at the bench. Enjoyed it almost as much as he did, so here we go. This to come within a point. Brilliant strike, much better. Has the distance as well. 28-27.
Sorry?
What a game of rugby.
Look, you said was the second half going to be as good. Already 16 minutes in, and it is.
Time is off, boys. They call for
Both teams have a bonus point. Both teams have 4 tries and a single point between them. 24 minutes to play on the clock.
I get that. Apparently you've called for it, okay? Okay, walk it off then. I only said it because your team asked for it, okay? Yeah, that's nothing to do with me. Should have used that TMO and try next time, okay?
Plenty of distance on it. Watch it. Bring up there.
Use!
Andrews.
No, still on.
Grant Williams just looking for a player in field. And behind it goes to Chamberlain.
7 hold.
Back. Well, it's not the best kick he'll ever make in his life. Leinster have a line out just outside the Sharks 22. He's disappointed with himself.
It just kind of snatched it, didn't follow through. Didn't get any distance on it at all.
Yeah, just off the outside of the boot, wasn't it? So Leinster line out then. Maloney.
Inside of 15. Inside of 15.
Foley wants it early. Sexton leaves it for Natai. Behind the Sexton again. 2 on the outside. If this goes from O'Brien. Out to Rob Russell. 1-on-1 with Abrahams. 11 against 11. Still Russell. Almost, but not quite. Brilliant cover tackle.
From one corner down to the opposite corner, great work here. Sexton again on the wraparound. Jimmy O'Brien times that pass perfectly. But look at this work from Abrahams to get Russell over. He steps back inside to try and stay in touch. But Tapuhi follows up with the knock to knock him into touch.
Brilliant cover tackle. Ben Tapuhi, former Australia international. It's been a long time since he played for the Wallabies, I can tell you. 33 years of age now, and he still got there to make that hit as Williams struggles to get room. And then the whistle and a penalty goes to Leinster. Andrew Porter gets a pat on the back from Jenkins, and the fans on the far side up on their feet. Every point crucial. That man there has won Leinster the penalty.
They look to use their tap and go again.
Sheehan again. Jenkins on his shoulder. Sheehan trying to catch them off guard. Pack inside to Porter. He switches to the left.
Try line.
Not told to leave it. Foley now with a decision to make. He leaves it. Another pick and go. They're over the line. Where's that ball? No, it's short. It's short.
Try line.
Another good tackle. Ball left behind. Foley trying to dig it out here. Here's Natai in behind. No room for Sexton. Runs straight into trouble. Doesn't want to get hit by any of those forwards queuing up to take him down. Jenkins now leaves it for a scrum half. On goes Maloney. Second row after second row for Leinster. Out it goes to Connors.
Release, White, release!
Push. There's that ball. Foley under pressure. Natai. Little chip for the corner. Natai out to Hester. Leinster in again.
This game has absolutely everything. I love the detail around their tap and go where Alatoa flicks it back to the other side to Porter. Working through the face, they lose ground. Look to go again, and then we see Natai with that little chip over the top. Changes back direction, spots Henshaw out there.
There you go. Henshaw with the assist for Ringrose with the boot. He's on the end of Natai's kick here. Into the corner he goes. Another try in a belter of a game.
We haven't seen a huge amount of Natai kicking in any of the games this season. He just does it right time, perfect precision on it.
All good.
Robbie Henshaw's 6th year at Leinster, joined back in 2016. You remember at the time, obviously, Connacht were gutted to lose a player of his talent, but he has been brilliant for Leinster, brilliant for Ireland, and Sexton with the conversion from the corner. That's the angle. Drilled it. Absolutely nailed it. 35-27.
Just excited about what the next 20 minutes bring, what we've had already in the first 60.
There we go, just the presence of mind to spot where the gap was on a plate.
Yeah, even coming back across the grain.
35-27. Neil the Lion getting involved in the celebrations as well. And
8 that is. 9.
Sharks once again playing catch up.
Yeah, 9's off. Time on.
8 points the gap. Substitution for the visitors. Confirmation that Carlo the Fridge Sadi has come in place of the captain Thomas Dutoit. He's gone off for the Sharks, and he's going to get the guts of 18 minutes or so.
Release!
Gula's also gone off, and Dian Blula has
use.
So to Pepsi Buthelezi. Buthelezi underneath it, so fresh legs, but cold hands.
Knock on advantage.
Advantage being played. If Porter can get this one wide. Leinster queuing up on the left-hand side here. Plenty of room. Just couldn't get the hands free. Sexton out to Natai. Lovely floating pass.
Advantage
Russell
over.
again. Russell against Cock. Back inside of Henshaw. Advantage was over. That one went forward. Flag is up on the far side though.
Okay, we play.
Play continues. Out it goes to Fassi. Spots a bit of room over the head of Charlie Natai. Back inside. Rob Russell, little chip and chase, dangerous one. Where's that going to bounce
15.
again? Somebody needs to get there. Foley's picked it up. Little dummy from Foley. Back inside, Leinster moving it. And Maloney brings it almost to the 10-metre line. Penalty.
You only took possession of the ball after you come off feet. You're off feet and you took possession of the ball, on your knee. Sorry, mate?
Okay. I know it's early days in the season, Fiona, but this one is going to test the pre-season because the pace the game has been played has been ferocious.
Yeah, and you'd worry kind of for Leinster and the fact that they've used a lot of their subs so early on. But this is what you want. The quality of this game has been outstanding, and you know, probably in previous years you questioned the standard until the latter end of the season and the playoffs about the standard of it. But look,
how many times have we been here at the RDS where it's been a rout and over by half time?
Yeah, and I think in the first couple of rounds we've seen some really cracking games of rugby, really high scoring games, and that's what fans want to see. That's the way players want to play, and you know, it's hugely exciting.
Certainly is. Neil Cullen looking on. Manager Goodman as well. Just got to patch up, don't you, when you've the amount of injuries that they've had to cope with today. Just stick players in wherever they'll go. On a beautiful October evening in Dublin. Both sides unbeaten going into this, as we mentioned. Leinster 3 out of 3, the Sharks 2 out of 2 with the game in hand. If we were American, we'd say somebody's always got to go, but we're not, so we won't.
Just said it there, Hugh.
So off goes Porter, in comes Cian Healy, who was 35 years of age, Cian Healy, yesterday, so celebrating his birthday this weekend. Can he mark it with a Leinster win? Sexton finds touch.
Just every time I see Cian Healy come on or even start, I'm just so impressed just come back from the injury he had a couple of years ago and still be at the top of his game so many years later. He's just an outstanding athlete.
Yeah, the amount he's been through, that he's put his body through as well. And still going strong, Cian Healy.
Okay, tackle, Blue.
Down on the loose side, tight head side as well a few times when he's been asked.
Just
a brilliant player over the years and still going. There's the kick. We'll take from Russell again. Nice first step, but Werner Koch equal to it, trying to get hands on the ball. There for Foley. Crowd on the far side not happy about something.
Peter.
Play continues. Out it goes from Foley. Sexton in behind. Flat pass again. Maloney onto it. Presents it well for a scrum half. Sexton back inside to a scrum half. Lovely hands. Maloney again. Martin this time. Ball there.
The ball is out.
Not a good pass. Sheehan. There's the handoff. Sheehan. Another handoff. Sheehan. Still going. Sheehan. Oh, should he have given it back inside? Had James Ryan with him.
Lifted.
But Takir Abrahams couldn't grab him. Sexton this time. Space from Natai. Natai to Henshaw. Henshaw straight through the middle. 6 metres short. There for Foley. Leinster looking for another try. A metre this time. The pick and go and the stretch.
Short.
Cian Healy just on the pitch. His first touch. And he's held just short. 15 minutes to play. Leinster pushing for a 6th try.
Hands.
Martin Maloney. Back it goes to Connors. He's on his own though. Straight into his opposite number and Richardson puts him down. Cian Healy. 2 hands on the ball. Just dropped.
The short, Blue.
Jenkins has 1 try already.
Hands back, hands back.
Alatoa having a look here. It's the tight head. No ground made. Good defence from the Sharks so far. There for Foley if they get quick ball here. Maloney wants to go.
Away, right.
Again, Richardson makes the tackle.
Hands
tackle
back.
count has been through the roof. The Sharks number 7. Healy with the pass this time. Maloney on the ground, there at the line. Did they get that down? Evans can't quite see it.
Thank you.
Backwards. Leinster still hammering away. Where's that ball? Foley, looping pass to Russell. 15 phases and Rob Russell finishes the try.
Great vision there by Foley, but this all came from Dan Sheehan breaking down the wing. The speed of him, the handoff, sets it up, and Leinster so efficient. They work through the phases. That's just an outstanding team try. Here we see Sheehan. It's the handoff, 2 handoffs. Yeah, look, was it on? I think he was probably blocked on the inside, probably right not to give it. Sets it up and then they move the ball. Big carry by Henshaw. He runs a great line there, but it's the quality of that clean out there from Healy. Set it up again. Healy involved yet again. Look at that delivery from Foley out to Russell, holding the width really well out there.
Rob Russell, his first start at the RDS, and he's marked it with a try.
He is.
You can
All
see
about the pass. Go on, yeah.
Yeah, you can see Van Rensburg trying to get up to close down. He thought Ringrose was going to get it on the wrap around, and he shot up that created that space out wide.
So we're just going to continue. We continue. Play
there you go. Tap on the back from Johnny Sexton. Ringrose as well. Conversion to come. 13 points the gap here. This to make it 15.
Okay.
And we'll have just under 12 minutes to play.
Yeah. Anything? Sorry?
No problem. Not once, but twice.
Look, it's his power, it's his pace, right place at right time. It's just outstanding. Russell, who had quite enough opening half, has certainly got into this in the second half.
Well, if you bought a ticket for this one, you certainly won't feel shortchanged. Just tries from the 3rd minute in, and the Sharks absolutely playing their part here. Not dead and buried just yet, but you feel they need a score in the next 4 or 5 minutes or so.
Use it! Stay!
15 points the gap. It's a 3-score game now. We do have a 4-try bonus point. Substitute Buthelezi, former South Africa under 20 captain, takes it from the sky. But Getter on in place of Abrams, who was bumped off pretty easily in the tackle, and still he can be happy with that try he scored. Out it goes. Here is Potgieter. 2 tries in 2 URC appearances last season, so pretty clinical for the times he did get on the pitch. As for Cameron Wright. Chamberlain, little dink over the top. Fassi, no, it's too far. Foley popped up from Rensburg. Just giving possession away. There for Wright. Little kick over the top again. Leinster have numbers back though. Russell couldn't hold it. Needs to be careful. Gets away from 1 and from 2. Down by Werner Koch. It's James Ryan. Back with Foley.
Use!
Mark Maloney. Sexton, good crossfield kick. Went for Ringrose, beautiful. Again, chip and chase, Gary Ringrose, where is this going to bounce? Ringrose after it might sit up, it has. Brilliant from Gary Ringrose, he's on a hat-trick. Wrestling match to the ground again. Where's that ball? I think Venter had to leave it. Here's Jenkins of all people getting there first. Brilliant work by the big man. Out from Foley. And on they go again. Abdaladze. Sexton, grubber kick through from Sexton. Was he blocked? Johnny Sexton might get there anyway. Johnny Sexton. Leinster in again. And it's their captain back into the starting team. And what a game he's had.
What a try. Sexton started it with that crossfield kick. And for him to finish it, brilliant. But the work of Gary Ringrose again. Look at this, Sexton spots him out there. Still has a lot of work to do. Gathers it. There was possibly an option, the inside pass, but he backs himself with that chip and chase. Reclaims it and sets it up, ready to go again. Sexton just spotting the gap in behind. He's certainly blocked there.
Gets there anyway. Brilliant vision from Johnny Sexton. Perfect execution as well on the way to the kick. And even with 2 big locks trying to check his run, no stopping him.
Well, see if we're going to take the water break now with the try. See if we're going to take the water break now with the try. Okay, it's done. No, I'm glad about it. Thank you.
10 minutes to play. Conversion should be a formality from here. Seven tries on the board, 49 points to 27, 22 points the gap. It almost seems unfair on the Sharks given how well they played in that first half.
Yeah, look, they've certainly come and provided an entertaining game, but I just think Leinster's execution when it counted in the second half, and just the likes of Johnny Sexton, those senior players really stepped up and took control of the game.
Oh, sorry. 10's on, okay, 12 is on. 10. Doing the restart, okay? Just keep them behind doing the restart.
Nevada Flores has come in.
Time is on.
For his Sharks debut, made 2 appearances for the Natal Sharks. Here he is in the Curry Cup. This is debut for the South African side and in the URC. And he's got 10 minutes or so as Ross Byrne comes in place of Charlie Natai.
Use!
Tried to go off. There's the crossfield kick. Ringrose.
Rip backwards, play on. Rip backwards.
Backwards is the referee. There for right. Keeps it short. First touch. There it goes. Nice hands. Fassi. Fassi one-on-one. Kick and chase here. He's too much pace. Fassi. Brilliant score for the Sharks. They're not finished yet.
Certainly end-to-end stuff here. Again, Sexton with that crossfield kick. Ringrose picks it off really well. Unfortunate to lose it in the contact, but Sharks take full advantage of it, and super work. The timing of the pass there to Fassi. Brilliant chip and chase.
49-32, the hands out to Fassi. We know how quick he is. He opened the scoring for the Sharks. And that was a beautiful chip and chase from him. Some work to set it all up as well. Sharks still playing rugby.
Yeah, Tapuai did a huge amount there. He sucked Henshaw and someone else in to create that space on the outside.
Look, you look at the players to come back in. You mentioned Eben Etzen as well. Khaleesi, the Springbok captain, to come back in. Fiona, you've got Lucanio Am, you've got Mampipi and Bonami. I mean, they're going to be a serious title threat.
Unbelievable when they get them back down at home. Obviously, they'll have 2 games at home next at Glasgow, then Ulster, then there'll be a break for the internationals, and then they're going to truck on. They'll have all those internationals free to play throughout the rest of the season.
So serious potential for this squad as well. The conversion is good from Nevada Fleurs on the Sharks debut, and there's the try score. Gets the second of the game. As Sean Everett and Noel McNamara look on. Again, nothing wrong with the Sharks attack, I can tell you. So Connor's going off, and it's John McKee who's going to go in. I presume either Sheehan or McKee will go into the back row then. With DeLacy.
Back, no, back, use!
Plenty height on that one. Really good take. And O'Brien.
Step.
To Ladsey. Onto the ground. Sheehan in behind. Flat pass to Martin Maloney. And equally good support from Ross Byrne, who was hit after the ball went there. There's Henshaw trying to use his own pace again and offend. Ringrose. Tackle goes in. Looked high from here. It was definitely high, no question. And Sexton as well. Doesn't want to get involved in any of this stuff. Brilliant game so far, just spilling over here. There's been no punches or anything thrown, but they weren't happy with the hit. First of all, Sexton got involved. Against Van Rensburg, I think it was.
To be honest, it's such a physical encounter. I'm surprised it's taken to 74th minute for something like this to flare up, but it's certainly a high hit on Ringrose there.
Let's have a look at this one again. There was the first late hit there. That was a really bad tackle as well. He's going to be in trouble. That's going to be a card. It's a forearm to the shoulder. And here's Ringrose, another one. For the same player.
Okay, Bricks, what I'm seeing here now, okay? I'm running the screen now.
So Craig Evans going to have a look at this one. Again, Sexton, he's still talking. He's got to keep his mouth shut here, because the referees will deal with it.
It's just wasting a bit more time as Evans has to come back down and try and deal with it.
Yeah, the referees are spot on.
Johnny, come here, please. 10. Captain. You captain now?
Here's the first one on Ross Byrne.
Whoa.
Shoulder to the head.
Come here, please. I'm going to go to the screen now and deal with the TMO decision of foul play. Whoa. When can I lead this? I'm going to go to the screen and deal with the foul play. That's it. When I turn around and expect the players to come together, you control your 15 men, you control yours. When I deal with this,
we've got one guy in the
I am going.
And then we've got 2 heads taken off.
Okay. Johnny, please. Johnny, come here, please.
Why does he do this?
Look, I can understand.
I
appreciate that. I understand why Johnny's
All right,
annoyed, like it's the safety of his players that he's talking about, but he's going to get no benefit. The referee was going to look at the foul play.
13 white, okay?
13 white, okay, yeah.
So look where the contact is, Craig, by the shoulder, near the head, okay?
Okay. Ready when you are.
This is the one, Craig, you're okay?
Going to see it in real time here.
What I'm looking at here, okay? I see 13 white always high. He's hitting up with the tackle. I don't see any mitigation.
Oh, he's gone.
I don't see 13 white dropping at all. Do you? Okay, Sean, let me just describe what I'm seeing there, okay? I've got 13 white coming at speed. Direct contact with the arm to the head. I don't see any mitigation because even though there's an initial tackle there's no drop in height from blue. I'm at red card unless you can show me anything different.
I agree with that, Craig.
It's a red card. Sharks come into this with no cards, yellow and red. They're going to have a player sent off here, and Fiona Cochran is absolutely deserved on the basis of that.
I got a contact direct to the head by white 13. There's no mitigation there. It's reckless. Red card.
He knows himself. It's a shame because he had a brilliant, absolutely brilliant game before that.
He was key to their attack.
Sorry?
There you go. We want to see you shake hands. There you go.
Where is 20? Who's 20? Stop there. 20! 20!
Mark Maloney being spoken to here.
He ran over some distance to get involved.
And when this goes, you just simmer down, you stay calm, okay? You instigated that, calm down. Okay, the penalty, I believe, is on the middle of the 22. Okay, it's actually up here. Yeah, it's between the... Yeah, okay, here.
So last 5 minutes or so with 14 for the Sharks.
Yeah, Sean was also playing advantage for a high tackle out on the fight on the touchline. So you'd rather take a second one. Apologies.
Okay, Fiona, can I ask you please for your URC player of the match? There's very few contenders.
Look, it was a cracking game of rugby and there was contenders from both sides. But I suppose for a player that came on, played out of position, was absolutely outstanding. Never mind the tries that he scored. URC player of the match is Gary Ringrose.
Yeah, well deserved. He's been absolutely fantastic since he came in off the bench. When Jordan Larmour went off, again, we hope there's nothing too serious with his ankle injury, but Ringrose, 2 tries, just playing for fun out there, and he is deserved URC player of the match. Line out to come, Leinster ball, 5 minutes to play. Take, on they go, it's gone loose again, McKee! John McKee made his Leinster debut against the Sharks back in April and has a try against the Sharks at the RDS.
What a try it was as well. Just their setup, their detail around their line out, their transfer of the ball. Just see it here, up at 2. They move it, they move the ball off to the left, and he just breaks away.
He broke off pretty quick there, didn't he?
There you go. Perfect ball from James Ryan off the line out. Off he goes.
It was the way Leinster shifted their weight all up on the left-hand side that sucked in that Sharks defence, that created the space there for McKee to go through that gap.
I'm not sure the hookers in Leinster, are they? Kelleher, Sheehan, this guy here, McKee.
That's what I asked for, Keane.
Gets in on the act. As Johnny Sexton prepares to attempt to knock over the extra 2. 54 points to 34. Again, it's been an incredibly entertaining game. Leinster really pulling away in the last 15 minutes or so. Sexton starts it on the right as he brought it in and off. It's pretty close, but the flag stay down. Let's go down. Murray Kinsella, what a game.
Yeah, an absolute thriller to watch. I'm not sure the Leinster staff will have enjoyed it quite as much at times, but McKee going over there is symbolic of the role that the Leinster 23 have played. They've had to be really adaptable today from even before the match. Jack Conan getting injured, then Ruddock gets injured, Larmer, McGrath, Ryan Baird obviously, and everyone who's come into the maybe even unfamiliar rows, a la ring rows, has done really well. Even ending up with 3 lots on the pitch, they've adapted to that. Now they have the 2 halves out on the pitch as well, and they've adapted to it really well. Pleasing for Leinster staff that the entire 23 have been so integral.
Yeah, absolutely, and as you say, adaptable as well, having to fill in where it's not first choice position. That's the way the game has gone, as the Sharks, who played every bit their part in a very entertaining contest here. On they go again. Peter Lazy trying to get through. Out it goes to Werner Koch. No room past Sexton. The ball went down the ground there. Did go forward as well, and Craig Evans has blown the whistle, so we'll have a scrum to Leinster. It's all getting a bit testy here at the moment.
Calm it down. Boys, a couple of minutes left. Please just calm it down. Don't need silly penalties.
Vernon Koch got very riled up there.
He did.
Don't know whether I heard him say something pulled his hair.
Scrum, lads. Boys, same. First scrum, boys.
As well.
Height.
They certainly
trying again.
Certainly pulled his jersey. I'm not sure about the hair.
You both side. Boys, first scrum of both hookers, you're making it difficult. The ones before you never did. Set.
Hold the machine out.
Crouch. Bind. Set.
Good shot as well by the Sharks in the front row and taken off the ground by Richardson. Leinster get the penalty though.
3. You're on the angle and up. 18 on the angle and up.
Carlos Sadi, I think that's what the referee is saying there. Leinster have to go to Connacht next weekend. Of course, down in the sports ground where they had that new, nice, pristine 4G pitch. I'm sure they won't mind that.
You can still get bad weather down there, but yeah, look, I suppose Connacht Munster game was a bit of a lacklustre affair, but I do think Connacht were deserving winners on the day.
Terrible game though.
It wasn't a great game, a spectacle to watch at all, and they'll certainly need to up their game if they're looking to turn over this Leinster team.
Sexton trying to get every
exactly the same.
One last throw of the dice then for Leinster. 54 points on the board, 20 points the gap. Sharks will leave with the 4-try bonus points. Up goes Maloney, solid take again. Leinster looking for one last score.
Same ball, 19
Still going forwards. Control at the back again. Brilliant by Leinster. The Sharks look disinterested, trying to stop it at the moment. It's advantage being played off the back for James Ryan. Has to go on his own. Still James Ryan. Ball at the back for Cian Healy. But do we get a try now down to ground. McKee looking for his seconds. Back for the penalty. I'm sure they'll just tap and go.
19 changing by those lost.
Yeah, Hugo was changing his mind in that maul, but what a maul it was. Great control at the back from Sheehan, but also Maloney at the front, just keeping everyone together.
Yeah.
There's the tap, and that's the end of it then. So Leinster, what a game of rugby, it has to be said. The Sharks more than playing their part as well. And they've won out here 20 points, 54 points to 34 at the RDS.